Yow! What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to our broadcast. This is X Television. I'm your host, eXtine, and I'm joined by TurboCop. TurboCop, how you doing?
Hey, Jeff. Yao, I'm ready to cast this lower bracket game today. We've got Team Evil Temptations, #1 ranked seed, knocked down on Monday
Electric
by
Temptations,
MTS.
right? Electric?
Yeah. Electric Temptations, yeah. Versus,
you just said evil. You got evil on your mind, man.
I do, man.
Nah.
He's the best engineer in the format, and I can't keep him off. It's just all over him.
Yeah. Well, we got word that the players are going to be starting shortly here, so let's definitely run down some rosters here. We'll definitely have some storylines we can talk about later. But why don't you take it away, TurboCop, and run down ET for us.
Sure, ET. We've got Ricky over on the Soldier. Satan over from Blunderful picked up this season. 404, we had him on 9 and Out yesterday, or actually Tuesday, as the medic. Vil will be the engineer, even though he's pretending to be soldiers at the moment. Surfboard Lagoon, also known as Deer, as the medic as always. 3-8 Special, the demo man, rocking it out. Really fast choke point and jump on my end so far. And Kill 'em all, the heavy. Decimate the Scout, as always, and I think that's... No, FaZe is not playing in this game. It's actually going to be XTS's alpha for them there. So FaZe is actually gone.
Yeah, we're already into the middle fight here. Blue taking good control, thanks with the Wrangled Sentry on the low ground, creating some problems and getting some frags. Stabby already down, Remedy and Sugar as well as the medic and Dust. So Red Team not off to the best start.
Yep, that was actually absolutely the play they needed immediately. It was a body shot, not a headshot onto the medic, but it was enough damage put out by Decimate here as well. So now they're totally back onto the red courtyard area now. Looks like they're trying to rotate an engineer, but it's only an engineer over to the big door right now. All the rest of the combo is sitting up around choke point. No sticks on the choke either, so this might be an easy second push too.
Yeah, without the demo man, that's definitely something that really holds down this choke on Goalie Wash. Creates a lot of control there. Blue is going to rotate away the red spy. That is Stabby. Was at the Sacramento Land Fest this last weekend. He's going to get through that choke. They know that Blue is already rotated. They've used his Uber as well. Trying to come into lobby with the demo man and establish some presence. Red, meanwhile, has kind of scattered. And Blue losing a lot of players. It was a push through, actually, by Red. With the Soldier Scout, that's enough cap pressure. They're going to get it in the back cap.
Wow.
By Shrugger. What a bold play there.
And the Scout, Sugar tried to come around the backside. Ricky was there, though, almost by luck. Double kill out of Stabby here onto Kill 'em all and 3-8 Special. So no big power classes for a while. And momentum swing right back in their favor. 404 way down in Uber by about 60% right now, but he will be rebuilding that back up. Stabby not even going down, getting saved out by his Soldier there from the Wrath of a Scout. And yeah, things immediately turned around. That was just such a weird play, Jeff. I can't believe that got turned around.
Well, you know, Electric Temptations got punished for not running anybody through choke. That was the issue. Absolutely nobody through choke. And, well, Murder Force just said, well, we're going to get in there and get some kills, rotate through with Soldier and Scout. ×3 on the point is plenty of pressure. Right now they're continuing that pressure by while also pushing past Electric Temptations. And I had a chance to talk to Ricky briefly at Sacramento Land Fest, and he was a little bit nervous about 5CP Goalie Wash. And, of course, they lost their upper bracket match, and now they're in the lower bracket here facing elimination. And off to a bit of a rough start here as we've had some things put together by Murder Force. Looks like they are finally going to be stopped, but they were on a good spree here. And some snipes coming out from Fox as well, looking for 404, who was dropped by Stabby earlier.
Well, that was kind of a messy fight there. The Heavy did get a lot of good cleanup, so Kill 'em all doing what he did on Monday as well, really making his salt worth it on the last point there. And they're not quite rotating out quite yet, but Sniper is here. We'll be able to get on... Oh, it takes out the Stabby on an immediate headshot there. Everyone rotating from Big Door, but little do they know, Blue Team's all above them as well. Oh, never mind. Soldier does know. Gonna hit 404. Perfect surf away. He will make it out of there alive.
Ricky, at the meantime, as well, did get a bomb on choke up against Endust, and that's a pretty important kill. They have lost a lot of players here, though. Need to be careful. Red is pretty far back, but it's really just an engineer on the point and some players in River. So Blue are going to back up, but 404 having that Medigun advantage. So that's certainly a positive note. Stabby coming in here barely stays in front of 38 Special. Must be running that Cloak and Dagger. Does uncloak now. Trying to get on the medic. Oh, and does get the stab on 404. 404 found and taken out by Stabby.
Perfect play there, right out of the noise range of 404, and then immediately rotated in. 404 didn't turn around, and this could be, well, there's still 35, only 35% here for Indus's Uber, so they still have time. That is building really quick, though, Jeff. Is that a Kritzkrieg?
You know, I actually didn't load up my config quite right going into this. I'm scared to do it, so I'm not sure what gun. For red, it is an Uber charge, and 404, I think, is running Uber charge as well. So both medics on Uber charge. Oh, and there goes Ricky. One more kill on Indust, and they have to stop that. Ricky being in the A game when it comes to roaming soldier right now.
Yeah, both medics just dropping a lot during this game so far. Deer coming in, gets spawned immediately. Yeah.
Nice job by
XTS,
Fathom there.
Winning out against the soldier, but trading out with the sniper. So soldier for sniper play there. Not exactly what you want to have happen on the last point, because the sniper angles on this map can be very, very strong, especially if you're on offense here. So they're going to back out, though.
No real push in there. Now, we do have an Uber charge ready to go here from Electric Temptations. They're considering it, but the soldiers are going to jump in here. It actually scares away 404. They are going to work with people to get Remedy here. Sigafu's got a nice upfront teleporter, finally going to be taken down. A little bit of pushback here from Blue. We'll see if they can get some more kills here, but 38 special does go down. Uber charge forced out here as well. Maybe it was an attempt to get 38 special. Scout for Blue on the point, and some other players in good position as Deer gets a backstab on Ruin.
Oh, Ricky drops down just a minute too soon, and he trades out with a heavy. They could have got the medic if they just waited another second there, but that had been a big problem for ET on Monday, was taking back the second point without getting overrun here. And it looks like they might get overrun here anyway with a counter Uber popping through. Yes, Shrugger will just roll over 404 there. They're going to get a cleanup on the scout as well. And there's only 4 up now. 38 special, forced back into lobby. He might get run down by Shrug as well. No, Shrug getting peeled off, but they're peeling off in all the right ways right now. Soldier
Red,
Scout come back around. Yep.
Red is actually maybe a little too far forward here, Murder Force. It took them, they just had times one on the point for quite a while, finally now capturing it. And in the meantime, they've lost their medic, they lost Indus, and they lost a couple other key players like Remedy and Shrugger. So they kind of ruined their chance. They were looking a little too far ahead to kind of roll from second into last. And they still get second. They're still kind of in a fine position. Looks like they're going to send a spy in as well. He does get ran into, though, so Stabby discovered, getting chased around. They're not going to let him sneak cap this.
The alarms have been sound, both the snipes. The snipes actually move so far forward there that he just gets easily cleaned out, and Stabby gets the mini sentry gun anyway. Soldier on the backside here. He could cap it all on his own here.
Yeah.
Remedy, are you sly dog?
Yeah, that was actually a lot of support by Stabby. You know, kind of one of those engagements where Remedy jumped in, good damage, got on the point, and got the capture there successfully. But Stabby was pretty influential there, sapping down the minigun and just being a big distraction for the other players.
Really surprised Stab didn't go down during that engagement. Both the engineer and the sniper were onto him, yet he still manages to elude all of the people.
Yeah, Murder First has been playing well so far. Ricky has been getting good drops on the medic. This middle fight right now is going the way of Murder Force. Wow, just clearing up. It's almost a wipe. It's just evil. I imagine that he is pretty far away. No, he is in choke, so this could be a full wipe, ladies and gentlemen. And that was pretty devastating. A lot of people murdered there.
ET just they went the safe way, they went the conservative way, down choke point, and Murder Force, they went the aggressive route. They were showing a lot of confidence there, and it worked out for them. Their pyro, of course, also got a perfect reflect onto Ricky there. Tried to come around the backside, and he might have gotten the medic, but oh my goodness, it's going to be the fastest roll ever if Remedy doesn't quite pick it up. But the heavy now in position, Demoman on the low side, so not really in the best position. Alpha, taunting as he gets ruined. No respect for the ruin today.
Wow. Ricky does create some damage on Indus, forcing the overcharge to be popped. So blue team will be able to stay alive for a little bit longer, hold this last point, and stack up. If Alpha keeps getting snipes as well, should be able to move forward here. It looks like they are going to try to aggressively. Stabby once again in position behind, though, trying to see what he can get. He is going to get 38 special. It's definitely going to neuter the offense a bit here.
Oh, and then they lose their sniper right afterwards. So, like, they just lose, like, 2 or 3 picks all within a half second of each other. They're now Ubering the scout here. They're almost forcing it for them. Get a ruin.
Decimate, this is working out pretty well, though. doing a lot of damage on the heavy weapons guy. Snailboat is going to get away. There is a back cap going on. We do have ×4 on the second point. Looks like that back cap was remedied and was dealt with. Blue in control of the point. Indust has gotten back with a full Uber charge. Nobody's really going to pop that out early. And I think that Electric Temptations will just be happy to kind of reset on this second point here.
Yeah, ET, this is where they fall. If they have to defend their second point after recapturing it and they get just run over, that is how they lost so many rounds to MTS last night. But Ricky tries to do a bomb forward. Alpha does get a Sigafu, so it's an 8-on-8 at the moment. No one really coming through big door, just Stabby the Spy, and they finally pop through. Pyro doing a reasonable job controlling here. 404 looks like he is escaping, but there are some casualties on the way. Oh, but they get Indust for it, so
wow.
Again, another medic.
Yeah, nice fight by Alpha. They do have an Uber charge ready to go here on the second point. Have to wait about 12 seconds for... yeah, he's fine, though.
Yeah, 404.
Good, actually, really calm Uber or medicing right there to hold on to that, not pop it early. We'll have to... Oh my god, no!
Oh.
We'll have to pop that, but Blues Medic died with 100% Uber, got Goomba stomped by Remedy, and just held on to it too long. Remedy finally got a good jump just right over the top. I don't think he saw that at all, and I think it was two rockets just kind of right together there.
Remedy's aggression is just so nuts. He's just all over the map. He's easily their fastest class by far. Like, it's just so incredible to watch him jump everywhere. And, you know, Gullywash being just a huge sixes map, he has tons of experience on it. Like, years and years.
I'm kind of awkward when I play Soldier and Highlander, but there's so much potential for, you know, roaming Soldier. And both Ricky and Remedy have been doing a great job so far with that.
Absolutely. And, the backside, it's so close right now. 404 has to put himself on the point now, I'm sure of it. Oh, the Soldier gets sniped out by Foxbeast here, and, yeah, just a few more people. That
another
was
great
just
round.
a beatdown.
Yeah, another great round from Murder Force. They're really playing well here. And Electric Temptations, I mean, they had such a solid start to the season. But it seems like Gullywash might be their undoing of the entire season. And maybe a little unfortunate if that's how that goes down. Just one map that they couldn't overcome. But I mean, that's part of Highlander and the big money prize that these teams are playing for. You got to be a well-balanced team. And Murder Force might just be peaking at just the right moment here.
Well, ET did pick the right rollout this time. They went safe side rollout from Big Door, and they went aggressive side. So it's a 6-on-6. Surfboard Lagoon getting out of Remedy for his trouble. 404 is able to escape very easily, but didn't get Indust for it, even though they have this aggressive stance right here. Soldier, Scout, all down. Yep.
Ricky had a good bomb in late, but couldn't get a frag. Pyro Satan tries to come around and get like a puff into a flare shot or something. But middle is just not going to happen. Red finally capturing it now. But it was pretty inevitable after a while there. Blue does have enough players to kind of like defend choke here, though, so should be kind of okay. Red's sending some recon, though, on flank side. They'll see a little vulnerable there. Sugar gets backstabbed, and now it's just stabby in. We did get bumped into, but might be able to just kind of cloak and dagger and stay hidden here.
Yeah, he's way behind their lines.
I don't think he's cloak dagger either, to be honest.
No, he's no dead ringer on that spy for sure. There's only a Engie now, too, so Soldier could theoretically jump around, but he has to worry about a sticky trap right around the corner here. Spy going in position for them now, ET, I mean. Scout coming back around, and it looks like they're just content to hold until they have more information again. It's kind of strange, considering how aggressive they were in the first two rounds. This might throw ET for a loop here. We'll see if they keep cool.
You gotta have your moments of calm, and you know, the aggression has to wait for an opening sometimes. That's usually when it's most effective instead of just throwing players in there mindlessly. Stabby does go down, a 20-second respawn timer, but they did just kill Surfboard Lagoon, so no spies on the board whatsoever. Red is going to rotate to flank side. They take out Evil, who was a little exposed, just kind of by himself. Going to duck down in a lobby here, try to come down in Uber. Ruin gets a pipe on Ricky. Alpha goes down as well. They're going to come back out. Blue is kind of cut off and stuck in this position. Red is behind them and in front of them. But now it's the medic in trouble for Red Team as Indust goes down. Satan does get the kill there. Satan still fighting, still getting kills. Oh no, that's Fathom now getting 404. Kill them all, killing a few of them. Under duress, he does get taken down. The numbers, though, pretty close. Stabby's getting the capture, and a few other players should be able to secure this, but the numbers actually very close here.
That was a really interesting fight, because MF there, all they wanted to do was spread everyone out as much as possible. They Ubered in and came behind the combo there. And then the combo got a better pop, but then they just kept spreading. They kept going back into the enemy lobby. They kept coming back into their own big door, and they just made it 1v1 fights as much as possible, because I'm sure that's how they feel how much they're better in these like small engagements than they are in these huge 9-on-9, like huge colossal fights.
Yeah.
So
and Goalie Wash is a tough map, and I think it definitely is a map where it's really good teams just kind of get territory and don't give it up. You know, they won the mid fight. They just kind of held on to the mid fight and just kind of played it slow, and then just eventually they captured a second. Right now they have a crits, and they just been working from second forward for a while. Definitely want to send Ruin in here to crit all over them. See if they're able to connect it though. The medic is kind of standing far back. He's kind of hesitant about this.
Yeah, this heavy's got a really good angle here, and they lost their Uber advantage, so going to be a crits v Uber, which usually favors the Uber team. Being down 3 players too, I'm sure doesn't help at this point, and they are correctly backing out a second, giving up a lot of room here. Rick is spamming the bottom door. Oh, Stabs actually gets a nice little headshot onto 3-8 here, so no easy pressure coming out here for ET, and actually, oh, here comes the crits.
Yeah, the crits is out, and in Highlander, it's not necessarily as super important that you get the medic with the crits. They got a lot of kills there, so 404 has the Uber charge still, but it just, getting 3-4 kills with the Kritzkrieg definitely creates a lot of openings, a lot of position for your team. Now they're going to try to continue to push here. Actually, Satan getting a reflect on Remedy. Sugar goes down as well. There goes Snail Boot. A lot of players going down. 404 does get sniped by Fox. That is a drop, by the way. A second drop for 404. Just when they were beginning, like they could turn things around here.
And the worst part is that Indus is still on crits, so he knows he has crits advantage by far. He will have crits before 404 is even up and ready to go. They're going to have all the time in the world to set this up. That time, MF, just like they got stuck in the corner. They tried to push surprisingly through choke, but then they just met stickies and a scout right to the face. 404 just got sniped off, though. He just got peeled off, and they couldn't push off of it. Fathom now going in with Ruin.
Wow, getting big kills here.
Another 404 pick.
Still a few more crits at the end of that. Didn't find him around. They're pushing in here. Sigafu just leads the charge, but kill them all. Some nice picks there. There goes Snailboat. Red still wants to push, but I think Blue is standing tall at the moment.
They are okay. They are all right for the moment. They've got good position for sure. They got to get their heavy back around. Like they have no one on the point right now. Someone could just drop down, shoot. Now they do have a sniper and soldier watching shoot, but even still, there could be a sneak around. But there isn't, fortunately, and actually they're playing like it. They got an engineer back.
Yeah, Remedy kind of lucky to get a kill on somebody there in that exchange. Picked up Alpha, which is nice. Alpha sniping across here would be pretty devastating. Crits comes out here from Ruin, getting thrown around. Does get a huge pipe on Ricky. Another pipe on Kill 'Em All as well. So good results. 404 going to back off, and has about 80% here.
Ruin going huge on that pipe there. That's going to open the floodgates here. We got an engineer and pyro rotating around here. Scout on the point now. Is there any spam at all? No. Ouch. And with 2 drops this game, you can't imagine that ET are feeling super good so far.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This has definitely put them into a tough bind here. So really, I mean, we're just 18 minutes into what could be an hour-long match. If the contest is continue to be up in the air, but right now Murder Force off to a big 3-0 lead. A 4th round will trigger a color switch and resetting to the second half. And they just need 5 here. They're off to a good start here, taking out Ricky, Alpha, and Satan early. There are a lot of the key classes to allow Blue to stay in this middle fight. And right now it's just a ton of damage. There goes 404. Black box down by Remedy. Stabby getting an ambassador shot on the heavy weapons guy, and just a lot of death everywhere.
That was really good angles coming out from MF again. Stabby just shutting down the sniper with ambi shots from across the map. They're easily gonna get the second point here. Oh man, they smell blood. They want the 4th point. Like they just want to get this 4th game over with and like go back to the locker room. This is incredible aggression, and as well they should. They got another wipe at mid again.
Stabby on the point. He decloaks, was heard by the Demo Man 38 special. Is going to get taken out. Here comes the Uber charge as well. Oh my God, 404 down by Ruin. Ruin's going crazy right now. He is angry and just trying to make things explode. And he is doing a fantastic job of it right now. Still coming in from the side, still alive, and 4-0 now. Ruin was a pretty big threat, and a lot of people talking about it in the comments. Was just recently cut by 4G. Was a little bit upset about that. And, he's on fire right now for Murder Force tonight. Really wants to set the tone and is bringing some demo man skills. He definitely has a lot of insight into the game. I, for one, hope he gets back to streaming. Of course, his behavior not really topic for discussion here tonight. Let's talk about this game, though. Electric Temptations, man. You think they got any chance in here to pull it together and slow this team down here?
Well, it's ET. They're the regular season champs. They have a lot of good chemistry. They are subbing someone. I feel like that is hurting them quite a bit tonight, but I think if any team can do it, ET might be your bet. That or DRS, if you are been watching the Plat season at all, DRS is known for like miracle. Every single one of their games is really close, and it's a miracle play every time. So it can happen. I mean, it is just halftime, but it's about as hard as it gets. This is the end of your season facing you right here, and it's right on your door. And I mean, enemy territory, or sorry. Electric Temptations, we all have our favorite ET words. That's what I always associate it with. Just kicked it in my brain somewhere there. Yeah. Electric Temptations, earlier in the season, up against Gentlemen's Club on Asheville, they had a huge turnaround, coming from 3-0 down, of course, in the Koth format there. So it was a big of a turnaround as you could get in a Koth format. The clock's going to be a little bit ticking, as they would need 4 rounds in 30 minutes to tie it up here. It's not like, I mean, we do have 2 30-minute halves, but now that we got through that first one and triggered it on the 4-0, they have kind of almost less time than Electric Temptations did to work with. So I don't think they can. They don't really seem like the same team tonight, whether that's just what their opposition's playing like, what the map is like, if there's the substitutes on their side, their roster. I don't know what it is, but they're not looking like an Electric Temptations that could turn this game around and win 5-4. If you look at the point scale over for Murder Force right now, first is Indust, of course, and Ruin is, of course, right behind him. But after that is Fathom, their Pyro, and he has just been doing such a great job of. He's made so many crit flares tonight. He's been in like every engagement. He's gotten at least 1 kill to his name, and that is so hard to do as a Pyro, to be relevant and consistent 100% of the time. That it just gives you such a huge advantage when you can just play up that support player up a little bit. So he's really been a huge part of their game plan. Of course, Stabby getting those changeouts on the last points all the time. That's really useful as well. And their sniping is doing actually not as well, so their sniper actually not making as many points, so they are at a quote sniper disadvantage, but it certainly doesn't feel like it. Yeah, it's tough to pinpoint where it all is going wrong for them. It's 4-0 right now, and man, Murder Force, I think it's Ruin making big plays. I think it's Sugar being really, really strong. Stabby, doing the teamwork thing. He's not always in the forefront, but he's always thinking about his team. He's always thinking about what can he do, what can he do to play his role and help his team prosper. Snailboat's been doing a good job. Actually, maybe Kill 'Em All doing a little bit better of a job. It's just kind of the teamwork. I don't know, Sigafu, Sugar, Fathom, all these players just playing really focused. And I think Red has also been making really heads-up rotations and catching Electric Temptations off guard and in bad positions. Absolutely. They're mainly MF9k has usually been able to go through big door, peel off a player or two, usually an engineer or a scout, and then pop an Uber. And then they spread. They just spread everyone out, and then they just try and win through superior one-on-one DM. What ET needs to do is need to consolidate all of MF9k down through a choke point. They've got to keep them locked, and they'll fight down by a player or two initially, but I think if they get into these big group-on-group fights, they're going to come out ahead. So they just got to try and force those a little bit more. Yeah. It's going to be hard.
Right now, we just got halftime warm-up. Satan trying to go crazy with flare shots and nastiness all over the place. But we're at 4-0, just waiting for things to go. Remedy did leave, but he is back now. So hopefully we will get resumed here shortly. But no idea if there's anything in particular if we're waiting on a player or whatnot here.
I'm sure they're just getting their fingers warmed up and talking things over. This is how teams work a lot of the time. They're talking while playing at the same time, so getting used to that.
Since we do have a bit of downtime here, I want to discuss our plans for Monday night. Monday night, myself and Duder's coming back. He purchased a house, was tied down with real-life obligations. He's coming back for the end of playoffs. Myself and him are going to take a commentary on eXtv esports with production by Dashner. Meanwhile, Cold is going to be holding it down on eXtv esports 2 with Frank West. So we are going to be doing double coverage action. Super stoked on that. We will, of course, next week be trying to bring you some more Thursday night UGC action due to these double elimination playoffs. Thanks to Pretender and TurboCop for joining me tonight. And then, of course, we'll have the grand finals the week after that. So super stoked about that.
Absolutely, eXtine. Always my pleasure to come on.
Of course, midweek as well, we got the Rundown show by TurboCop, hosted by him and some other fine casters of TF2. I'm, of course, talking about 9 and Out. We almost need one on Friday this week, man. All these things happening.
All these things happening this week. We got ETF2L season now, like getting all into swing. ESEA just started back up, I think. Is that right?
We're a couple weeks in. There's been some big matches as well as a little bit of the drama that we talked about earlier.
Yes.
Not too drama, but looks like we do have plugins unloaded. So we are live and ready to go in the second half here.
Plugins unloaded, Murder Force connected. Let's go.
Yeah. Murder Force up 4-0. Still in the red. No color switch. And let's see how this rollout goes. 38 special takes choke side. Very standard. Decimate picks off. Actually, no, that was not Fathom. That was a fake spy kill. Ruin does go down early, though. Remedy gets chewed up as well and spat out. And Stabby kind of working the side, but this mid-fight is going ET's way. So maybe the mid-round pep talk worked out for him. Maybe Ricky was able to pull some strings and say, get it together, guys.
That was a perfect response by ET there. Just a demo man on the choke point, soldier on the point, not too close together, not too spread out. Just had an answer for everyone, even the scout that came around their backside as well. And they forced an Uber too, so things are. The 404
I also believe that 404 dropped once again, so that brings the grand total up to 3. That one was a stab, so you can't feel quite as bad about that one. But still, like. Yeah, that was pretty disappointing. I mean, that was like the first time that they controlled Murder Force's second, or maybe they had it briefly earlier. Either way,
they had control in the beginning of the first round.
Yeah, okay.
The very first.
That's kind of what I thought, but they just kind of relinquished it very, very quickly. And as soon as we were just starting to talk about them maybe turning stuff around and doing things in a positive manner, they definitely have some difficulties. A drop by 404. And, well, now they've just given up control of the middle point once again to Murder Force 9000.
I don't know what Stabby's doing, but he saved this round all on his own. Before that Uber drop, they had an early pop. They were going to get run down at second for sure. And, yeah, there was going to be a last fight, and now all of a sudden it's completely mirrored around here. 404 does have an Uber advantage, though. So let's see if he can pop in aggressively here. If they can, they got a soldier up on their roof.
They're way back. They got their heavy weapons guy. They got their soldier back. Sugar gets in early, goes down quickly though, and the second point will be captured no problem. Still have Surfboard Lagoon back here, lurking around behind the medic. Oh no, he heard him decloak, and he's gonna fall down and get killed. So no problem there. Only slows down Red because now Indus has to climb back up to the top, and that was about all he accomplished there.
Oh, Remedy's getting a free angle here. He should have been called out, but he actually not much comes of it. And they do get a stabby. No, he was DRing. Oh, there he is.
Yeah, and spotted by Decimate. So Decimate does a good job to track him down.
7 on 8 right now. I mean, they can push out of this. Indus does not have an Uber. They have to be aggressive. I think they need to recognize their advantage and go for it, but they are scared.
Yeah,
they're totally scared.
This is a tough one. You know, they have the numbers advantage. They pick up Sugar as well here. Don't really know where Indust is. They just know where their own charge is. And now they definitely have to be cautious. But that's a good early pop, although he's going to get on to Ruin and keep Ruin nice and healthy here. On the heavy as well. Ends up being a bit of a waste. Ruin, oh, killed by 38 special from down low. That's a nice pickup. And Snailboat gets sniped down. So big kills coming out here. That's not actually Stabby down. Stabby's Dead Ringer has been used. Alpha taken down. But not too many players down here for Blue. Of course, as I say that, there goes 38 special. And Red getting some players on the point here. Sugar in a great position, putting a lot of damage on the medic. 404 sneaks away, though. Keeping Ricky nice and healed up and staying healthy himself. Gonna go back to Cabinet. Definitely kind of slows down a counter push. And they will send a few players forward here, but I'm not quite sure if they have the actual numbers to get out here. Especially actually Alpha goes down, and that would have maintained a lockdown on the point. Now instead Fox gets a free shot on Ricky and picks his head off. And there goes 404! Wow.
Oh, dang. Man, that's so...
Oh my god.
It's just such a momentum killer.
That was another drop, by the way.
Yeah.
By 404.
Not respecting the pick classes, man. You have to.
Yeah, it's just been tough. I mean, it's just, you know, Highlander Medic is extremely difficult. There's a lot of things that you have to watch out for. And I don't think that was the singular cause of their loss today, but you have to say 4 dropped Ubers. It's tough to win in a 5 CP under those circumstances. So a 5-0 for Murder Force 9000. Almost an Uber drop for every round, at least statistically speaking. But very well played by them. Very great team effort. I look forward to seeing what else they can accomplish in these playoffs, because they've just really been tearing it up and doing fantastic. And I think all season there was kind of definitely something to be said about the Murder Force roster, and you know, people knew that this was a team to watch out for. They're going to be up against the winner of Dead Ringer Storage versus PsyOps, which should have been going on concurrently. We'll try to see if we can get you guys the results of that. Maybe somebody in our chat might have known how that happens. But Electric Temptations, regular season winners, and knocked out of the playoffs by Murder Force 9000, 7th seed in the playoffs, and they are surging forward. Final thoughts from you, TurboCop?
Playtime is over. This is serious business from this part of the season to now. This is like not the same Murder Force that we've been seeing during regular season. This is playoff Murder Force, and they are here to win. They're here to dominate, and I think they're definitely going to be finalists. Calling it now. Gonna win out whoever they play up against, and it was just blew me away. All the DM, amazing.
Mm-hmm. And now,
Sigafoo wants to know if we want to do a post game. If you want to do that.
Yes, if you will square it away, and I can ramble for a little bit longer.
Sure, man, go for it.
Yeah, and another thing that I just want to mention is that we do have that UGC community prize pot, which is still open. If you are capable of and interested in contributing to the prize pool in question for these players, because we actually have some pretty serious money up for grabs here. Now, UGC did set a goal of $5,000. That has not been accomplished, but $3,000 has been accomplished, which is still a very, very huge accomplishment and a huge bar for these players. And just for Highlander, I mean, it's really is an amazing thing that we have a season of Highlander where the players are splitting $3,000. That is huge money. And that money is going to come into effect basically with the results of the next lower bracket game. So the 2 upper bracket finals have basically already booked a place in the money. From this point, the team that loses there is still guaranteed at least 3rd place. Murder Force 9000 guaranteed themselves a 4th place finish, but they will need to win up against the other team that we alluded to, of Dead Ringer Storage versus PsyOps. But that's next week. Next week's going to be Badwater, and we'll have both of those games on eXtv Esports. The second will be covered on eXtv Esports 2. I imagine the lower bracket game. So we're definitely excited about our dual coverage of that, and just have been really pleased about how the UGC season has gone so far. So definitely, we're just waiting to get one of the compatriots from the winning team, Murder Force 9000, into our Skype. So hang tight, ladies and gentlemen.
Yep, they will be here any second now, as soon as we get this figured. Yeah, that was just an incredible game. Just watching Ruin go into freaking overdrive mode, man, and so many. I mean, ET had all the pieces there, but they just never got the initiative that they needed. It never came to them. It was just I was watching the last push there, and there was something pretty incredible about it, which is that they did not have Uber advantage, and Murder Force didn't. And I watched Indust. Indust is up in the chute, and they lose like 3 people, so it's like a 6-on-9, and then everyone rushes the point, and then Indust runs back to second, right behind the choke point. And then after they all die out, the other half of the people spawn up, and they're already set up for a good second point defense. So just like this change in tempo of where you put the medic, I think through ET for loop, because he had been doing that all game. Maybe we'll be able to talk to them about that in a second. I see the things coming in.
Hey.
Hello.
Hello.
Howdy.
So
that was.
We have 2
excellent,
players
guys.
joining us. If we could just get them to introduce themselves first, so we got their voices squared away for you guys. We'll start with Stabby. Stabby, how you doing, buddy?
Hey, how's it going?
Good. We also have Sigafu joining us as well. What's up, Sigafu?
Howdy, eXtine. How's it going? I'm doing well. Doing actually really well right now.
Good, man. Yeah, I bet better than you were before the game. I mean,
Yeah.
heading into this match, was there a lot of nerves? Were you guys practicing hard and just kind of really going over every aspect of what was coming at you?
I can speak to this that, I think that to some degree there's always nerves with every game you go into, but when you kind of come in the underdog, I think that gives you a lot of confidence. We've been scrimming like fantastically on this map, and then the other thing that really helped out our confidence, I think, is that we had a pre-game scrim with ET on Monday, and we beat them with their full line 2-0. In the pregame scrim. So that was like, okay, we know we've beat them before. Now we just need to put that in practice today during the match. So
Nice.
Still nerves, but like confident nerves, if that makes any sense. At least that's kind of how I came into it.
Yeah, I think most of us are pretty excited going into this. Like, we weren't scared. We were really looking forward to a good match.
Yeah.
Cool. That's good to hear. And obviously, you guys must have been pretty pleased with the results. Played well on goalie wash. Is there anything that you guys try to focus on with your strategy when it comes to 5CP maps?
Well, I think our strategy today was just mostly about comms, making sure that we're getting aggressive at the right times, taking ground when we need to. That kind of stuff, I guess. We kind of talked about some different strategies. Kind of me and Stabby were going over the stuff pre-game about how we can work together better. But for specifically to 5CP, it was just mostly like, in Highlander, it's really important that you are aggressive on your pushes, that you don't wait in between them. And I think that's something that we did really well in our scrims, and something in this game is that as soon as we had the initiative, the demo's down, push on that, that kind of an idea. I guess that's kind of our general strategy for 5CP, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Push so hard that sometimes you don't even get the second point before you're at last, huh?
Well, taking ground, take what they give you,
Absolutely, man. That was just incredible to watch. Stab, man, you had a play, I think it was the second round, where you're spotted by 3 people all at once, and then you somehow survive and are able to snap a minigun, so your soldier could
Take
get
that
in.
mini.
That was so
Yeah.
cool. It was the sickest
Yeah,
play all
you
night.
don't want to underestimate the mini, especially at last. That guy is just, a big deal. So I'm willing to sacrifice for that little guy when the time is right.
Yeah, Stabby had a great game today. He was really, really on fire. The Stab we all know and love.
Now, Sigafu, you alluded to the fact that a bit you guys are the underdogs in this playoffs, coming into it in the 7th seed. Now, definitely you have a lot of strength on your roster. I mean, do you feel like you guys are just finally tapping that potential and finally getting to where you should have been perhaps earlier in the season?
Yeah, I mean, all this season, it always kind of felt like we were almost there. It was kind of difficult to gauge our true skill level, I think, this season to some degree, because when we came across two of the best teams in the country between ET and GC, Gentlemen's Club and Electric Temptations, we played Gentlemen's Club on Gravel Pit, and then we played Electric Temptations on Steel, which aren't really the best. Like, you can have so much happen in those maps that aren't like equivalent, like who's the better team necessarily, if that makes sense. Like, obviously the better team came out. I'm not trying to say that, but I think it's
very
kind
coordination based, and coordination
Yeah.
was what we were struggling on earlier. And I feel like that's what's coming together. Is we're gelling and we're getting our flow. You know.
basically stabby. Yeah. Yeah.
Good. Turbo, you got any more questions for these guys?
Oh, absolutely. Well, you guys ready to go take it out and just blow everyone away for first place in 3 weeks from now? So that's what I think is going to happen now.
It's been the goal from day one, so we'll see if we follow
Yeah, we'll
through.
see. Who do you expect to see in the finals if you make it there? Of course. Who do you expect to see up there with you?
You know, the season's incredible. Like, these teams are all so even. I really think anyone can be there, and anyone can take this season.
Yeah, it's hard to say.
All these teams have beaten each other at one point or another, so I don't know.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's just gonna be a great finals, no matter who's there.
I'm getting a confirmation from a buddy of mine that I think DRS just won out 5-2 or 5-1 or something like that, but I think that could be wrong. Yeah, but I think that might be wrong because it's just a Steam guy. Could be. I can't even get into the game because it's completely full. The Source TV won't open for me. How crazy is that? Yeah. So it's big. It's been a big season so far, and of course, you guys, being the big all stars you are, have made a big part of it. So we thank you for that.
Oh, yeah. Pleasure.
Now, you guys obviously must be pretty tickled at the thought of the prize pot still within your grasp. You think that's made a pretty huge difference this season?
I think that's given a little bit of extra motivation. I still think it ultimately comes down to the prestige and the desire to win it. The money's a really nice side benefit, but just to say that, I think the thing I chase after is to say that, like, I was on the best team in, North America. I think that's the biggest title that, I want to wear.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely, man. You're talking about it. First week we had you on 9 and Out, which you can see here at Tuesdays, 8:30 p.m. As always.
Shameless plug.
Shameless plug, super shameless. No idea. And you were on GC then, but now you switched over to Murder Force. That was a long discussion there. Would you be happy to have a rematch with them over in semifinals if they lose out this week?
I was potentially. I believe I was on DRS. I think, like, if that was like preseason, like I was like DRS and I was switching over to Stabby's team at that time. I was never on GC.
Oh yeah, that's right. That was so crazy. All that crazy switching. In the
I jump ships like once or twice preseason. I'm looking forward to if we get a match against GC, I'm looking forward to that either way. Various reasons, but guys, just take it one game at a time. We got our match on Monday, which sounds like it's going to be against DRS, and that's what I'm going to look forward to first and prep for that, and hopefully have that be a great game.
Absolutely. So, what is the future of the Murder Force 9 come out going to be? Are you guys going to come out for summer season, or wait off till fall, or is this just a one and done kind of team?
I think that I don't know yet, so you can speak to this. I don't know.
Ooh.
We haven't talked about it. I'll say this is like, I love this team. Like, I've had so much fun with this roster, and I really like every member of it. I'm not just saying that. So, I would love to play with any of these guys again. I'll say that publicly, but, I don't think we're focusing on this season right now.
Well, there you have it, guys. No more questions from my end. That was everything I ever wanted to know ever.
Just about. I got a quick shout out. Oh, wait, Sigafu, were you gonna say something, man?
Yeah, well, I was just going to do a quick shout out. I just wanted to give a shout out to I don't know if my team's listening right now. I just want to make sure that, I just want to thank my team for being so freaking awesome and playing together today. Because we're just talking about us, but I want to make sure we get some focus on everybody else in the team because they were phenomenal today, every single one of them.
Absolutely.
And I just got one question for Stabby before we wrap it up, give him his own chance to do shout outs and stuff. Stabby, now that we got a little bit of money and Highlander, do you think the next step is a a true Highlander competition at LAN? You think we'll ever get like two full 9 rosters in the same spot at the same time?
Dream.
Oh, that would be so cool.
Well,
we were talking about that in an admin UGC captain meeting, and it costs a lot of money. So
yes, indeed. Well, let's switch it up then a little bit. You were at Sacramento Land Fest. Why don't you?
Yeah.
Did you have a good time? You want to tell people a little bit about that?
I had a great time. I wish I could have stayed longer. I had to get back early. But I met some real cool cats. You know, this one guy with these crazy sideburns.
Oh man,
cool.
that guy sounds excellent.
Who's that goober?
He smelled good. I don't even know what to say. He was a treat. Putting in IHO, Max, my old homie. Shout out to Jazz Butts, one of my stream peeps, and she was on the Reddit versus Tumblr team. Ah man, I shouldn't even like give shout outs to everyone that was at LandFest because I'm going to leave out so many people that I don't.
That's all right. You did good enough. If
it was fun.
People are curious, check out the TF.TV thread that is still up about that Sacramento Land Fest. They're going to be having another one in November. So if that looks like a fun time, which it definitely was a fun time, then basically as soon as those tickets go on sale, you should be ready to snap them up. And, some other LAN news will be coming out fairly soon. That's about all I can say. West Coast, East Coast, it's all happening. It's all a good time. And we hope to see people at a LAN sometime. So thanks for joining us for an interview, Stabby and Sigafu. We definitely appreciate that. And,
thanks for the cast, man.
Yeah, our pleasure. So thanks for everybody who tuned in as well. Of course, we couldn't have done it without you guys. We do this for you and the entire TF2 community. So thanks for watching, everybody. One final shout out to Pretender for running camera tonight. I am eXtine, and I will see you next